Vice President Mike Pence received the coronavirus vaccine today alongside his wife Karen and Surgeon General Jerome Adams. The on-camera event, part of federal efforts to build confidence among the public that the vaccine is safe and effective. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi also received her COVID-19 shot today. She tweeted photos of the Capitol attending physician administering the first dose. Less than an hour later, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell tweeted that he too had been vaccinated. He included a picture with the attending physician, but not the vaccine actually being administered. After political leaders and frontline workers, who's next in line for the vaccine? NewsNation correspondent Nancy Liu live for us in Los Angeles with that part of the story tonight. Nancy?
And Joe, that's a very common question these days. Who's in line after the front line? Here in California, the state does have an advisory committee which has not yet announced which essential industries will follow healthcare workers. Meantime, LA County has set a goal to vaccinate much of the front line by the end of the year.
At this point, we have prioritized vaccination among those who are at the highest risk of exposure based on their work location and the type of work that they do.
Today brought the first shots for those at the front line in the LA County health system. Like the rest of the country, the initial vaccinations in California this week have sparked a lot of hope, despite the disappointment of smaller than expected shipments. Another is expected next week, along with the first wave of Moderna shots. For now, health officials are getting the most out of what's already here.
While the shipments aren't going to be as big as we had hoped, there will be plenty to reach our 10,000 workforce member goal by the end of the year. Getting that sixth dose out of the vial also helps expand the supplies that we've already received.
While all states are prioritizing the front line and those in long-term care, the wide array of essential fields after that seems to be a gray area. California's advisory committee meets again next week, but it has indicated first responders, educators, and farm workers could be next. Nevada, New York, and Florida are other states that also have teachers high in the essential band, along with public transportation and grocery workers. But state by state will differ on who goes next. It is widely expected that vaccinations won't be available to the general population until spring or summer. Health officials say the immediate focus must remain the mitigation of spread.
I'm not going to sugarcoat this. We are getting crushed. For most of the days of the last week, we've had 0 ICU beds open in the morning, and we have had to scramble. Can we move this patient here? Can we move that patient there? And we're already expanding care into areas of the hospital we don't normally provide that type of care in.
As you might expect, there are a lot of people who want to jump the line to get a COVID vaccination coming up in our next hour. Hear from a Beverly Hills doctor who's been hearing from all kinds of rich and famous people expecting VIP treatment. Live in LA, Nancy Liu, NewsNation.